Frank, I'll direct this question to you. Can you talk about when you first recognized that your mental health was not where it needed to be? How did you know, and what did you do?
When I first noticed when I was with the government as a GS-12 with GSA, I was having difficulties, a lot of stress, having trouble handling stuff, working with some people. Things weren't going as well as it was, and they had a buyout, and I took it, and I changed my mind, and I asked to come back in, and they said no, they were downsizing. So I knew things were starting to fall apart, and just kind of lost the interest of moving forward, and went home and sat around and didn't do anything. It wasn't an interesting time, and one day I'm out in the kitchen, and a lot of frustration, a lot of drama on my part, but my son and I were having a discussion. It was a pretty heavy discussion. He had a knife in his hand, and I reached for his hands, and I brought his hands towards my chest. I was going to put it into my chest, and his eyes got as big as golf balls. He let go of the knife. It was at my chest. I was getting ready to do it, and he ran across the street to the neighbor, and I did that. I shouldn't have done that. That was wrong. So I left the house, and I went homeless, lived on the street, lived in the car.
Okay.
And my sister said, why don't you go to the VA? And I didn't know I'd go to the VA, get some help. So I finally went there, and they put me in the homeless program. They sent me to D.C. to get my operation on my face. They were good. They were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And they took the side of my face off, removed the Agent Orange. It was just a bad time until I decided to come down here to Florida and die. I just want to live in my car. I just want to live. And somebody found me behind Wawa and kind of woke me up and took me by the hand and directed me over here. And this was the place I needed to be, and it changed my life.
And Mr. Wooten, for yourself? I'll repeat the question. Can you talk about when you first recognized that your mental health was not where it needed to be, and what did you do, and how did you get help?
June 29, 2010, my granddaughter was born. She was premature, 1 pound, 12 ounces, and 15 inches. 17 days later, she passed away. And I'm standing in a room, and the family is there, is in tears. 6 nurses are in tears. The ER doctor's in tears, and I'm shedding a single tear. So that's when I knew I had a problem.
Yeah.
I had built such a wall around myself, but wouldn't allow myself to feel. I was already in the VA system for medical. I reached out to the VA at that time, and the great facility, great people. For the next almost 15 years, I've been in mental health. It's changed my life. I do feel.
And so you shared for the last 15 years you've been in mental health services. Yeah. What do you believe has been the most helpful for you?
I think the quality of care has been the most helpful. I know that if I need some help, I can get it. It's very easy.